Okay, so hello everyone, and welcome to Answering the Call of Your Purpose as a new podcast series that I'm bringing to you, inspired for people like you to remind you of your purpose. And I've got some amazing leaders, mentors and guides that will be sharing their tips and their gifts with us as well. So first of all, I want to introduce you to the amazing Julie Lewin. So yay, or just pretend. Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so good to have you here, Julie. And you are the actual first person in this series that I'm interviewing, so it's an honour. I mean, I know I've interviewed you before because you are a wealth of knowledge, and I just love your work. So let's just dive straight into today. And so for those who don't know you, what do you do right now? Right now, I know you've got so much.
Right now, right now I am in business with my beautiful daughter, Tash Lewin, and we're calling ourselves the mother-daughter duo. And we are spiritual catalysts and soul work midwives. And that, oh my goodness, helping women really tap into their soul work, soul purpose, what their soul wanted to achieve as this human being that we are.
Yes.
And there's a lot of potential leaders in our community, and we're helping them from that grassroots level to get over their limiting beliefs, clear the runway. We call it clearing the runway, and clearing those deep-seated beliefs that are stopping people from stepping into their, soul leadership. And we've been doing that for 6 months now, and it's blows our mind at how fast our clients are transforming. And look, we literally are catalysts, and when people come and work with us at that intimate level, stuff happens, and it is like huge stuff happens quickly, and we just hold that container, and we're there to support our clients to make that journey. I was saying to one of our clients this morning, we all have to go across the valley floor to get to that next mountain. And
we sure do.
Crossing that valley floor has obstacles, and as the midwife, we actually can tell you when to breathe and when to push, and we hold that for you. So sometimes it's all about just waiting, because it's not the right time. If you try to push when you're not having the contraction, the baby just comes up against it doesn't work. Yeah, anyone who's literally had a baby remembers. But in business, it's the same. If we try to push when we're not having that contraction, it's like we push ourselves out of flow. That's when we lose it. And I remember when I was literally in labor, when I lost my focus, that's when all the wheels fell off, and I just said, I can't do this. I want my mum. I want to go home, sort of thing. Yeah. And it's the same in business, isn't it?
It is. I mean, that's just the best metaphor. So basically you help these people, and they're women and men. Like, does it? You do both, or is it mainly women at this stage?
We're not averse to working with men.
Yes.
But it's women that we are working with right now.
Definitely. Yes. And then you help them create a business on purpose. Is that like?
It is.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
This is what we've found with our clients, that they've had mentors in the past or coaches in the past who try to direct them into a direction that actually is away from where their soul is lit up in their heart. Yes. And they're feeling not heard, they're feeling not seen, and they're thinking, oh, my idea is just crap.
Yeah.
And so we've come along with our clients, and we're listening.
Yeah.
And we're really hearing them, and we're going, that's amazing. Let's work together and we'll see how we can make that happen.
Yes, definitely. And so, I mean, and that is one part of that, right? So, and I think, like, you brought up a great question, a great statement about mentors who, because sometimes they have a system or they have a roadmap, and so they kind of put you on what's worked for them, but without looking at what is this person's purpose. So I use brand analysis for that. So that's that's the foundation before you put them into the program, and you follow that, and you've got your amazing gifts as well that you do that, all those systems. So okay, so then I want to go back to, so you have that, and you've been doing it for 6 months, but you've been doing intuitive work, other work way before this.
I have.
This.
Yes. So I've been doing intuitive work for 36 years.
Yes.
And so I started out doing looking inside of the human body and seeing where the blocks are in their body. And as time went on, I then said to the universe, it's no good me just telling people what I see then and send them away. That's really pretty silly. So I said to the universe, show me how I can help these people. And so I started seeing a movie with the solution. And so I would imagine the solution, and people were saying, what are you doing to me? And I'd say, oh, can you feel that in your physical body? And they're saying, yeah. So I spent many years developing that, and then ultimately I had it accredited as a healing modality. And for the last 5 years, maybe, I can't remember how long, I've been working on teaching those templates to people. And, that's been a journey in itself, because I tried to share my 36 years of work in a weekend. And, all I did was I overwhelmed people. So I did that for a few years, and people loved it, but they really only got to practice a few of the templates. And that wasn't matching my vision of how I wanted this work to impact people. And so that's why I came and was mentored by you, because I thought there's something missing. I'm not figuring this out quite rightly. And you said to me, oh, honey, you don't give it all to them at once. That's too much. And so I listened and I broke it down, and instead of teaching 50 templates in a weekend, I thought, okay, I'll do 12. And then when I did 12, I noticed that everyone's still only doing 2 or 3. And so I thought, let's do it again over 6 weeks and do 2 a week. Still too much. So then I've really, like, less is more. So I've pulled back and I've done 1 a week over 12 weeks, and we just graduated last night.
Right.
I cannot tell you how profound the impact has been on the lives of these people. And because they've learned all 24. And then, I can't help myself. I sneak in a few more.
Exactly. But so Julie, so the thing, so I know, so you've got this on 6 months, you've been doing this, and so you're teaching practitioners your work, because I think this is a big part of your purpose, right? You're one person, and you're such a gifted person, and it's almost like it's a disservice, right, to humanity that you're the only person, and no one's going to do it like you. I totally, and that's, I think, for me as a mentor, it's like, well, no one's going to do what I do, but they've got their own flavor. But it's such a gift to everyone to learn these, and you're just spreading healing and beautiful work and alignment for people everywhere. So I wanted to bring that piece of the business up too, and that's kind of, you've been working on that for a long time, and it's at a point where it's easier for you to, and it's joyful, and then you get to play with these up-leveled people over here too. So I love that. So what I want to ask you then, so do you feel like, my next question is, well, kind of what led you here today? Or I could rephrase it, like, when did you hear, or when did you answer the call of your purpose? And I'm pretty sure you believe you're on purpose, but what was the point that you went, I better listen, right? Okay.
Look, it started when I was a 25-year-old mum with a 7-month-old baby, thinking about leaving my husband. So, I didn't want to be a single mum. So I guess that was in the back of my mind. And then I had a clairvoyant reading, and that 1 hour changed my entire life. And so I accepted the call right there and then, but did I accept gracefully? No.
Good to know.
I was kicking and screaming probably 20 years of that journey. And I'd go, no, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And then it would inveigle its way back. And when I thought about the alternative to living a highly spiritual life, a highly metaphysical life, delving into quantum physics and the energy realms, like living a life with that not in it, it didn't work for me. I just became incredibly sad and sick. So I made myself sick a lot and I believe that if we don't answer the call and then take action on the call, the universe provides the energy for the call, but if we're not acting it, it backs up in our body and it hits on those limiting beliefs that we have. And then if we still don't act on the call, we then can get unwell. And the longer we leave it, the more dense that blockage becomes. It's a bit like, we don't have beavers in Australia, but I'm sure people know what a beaver is. And a beaver builds like a wall across the stream to back the water up. And the water can trickle through, but it still backs up. If you think of when you have a limiting belief, it rests and resides in your energy channels that the Chinese, with their acupuncture and their knowledge of meridians, that's what I'm talking about. If you have a block in your meridian, it becomes like a beaver dam in a stream, and it just backs up. And then what happens is the force of that goes like that. And then that's when you have a problem. And so I learned that the hard way because, sometimes I'd step away from the call and then I'd get sick. So then I'd have to deal with that, and then I'd go along and I would enjoy the journey, and then I go, this is all too much, all too hard, all overwhelming. I don't want to do that anymore. But it would keep coming back. And that's how you know that it is your call, when it won't leave you alone. It's pushing you in the middle of your back and it won't leave you alone, regardless of what else arises in your life. So when I lost my voice after cancer surgery in 2000, I actually lay in bed at night and I said, God, if you give me back my voice, I promise I will share what I've learned. And so I got my voice back after a year, and this is me sharing my work with the world.
Wow. That's so profound. And it's like, I love the beaver story, and it's like, well, it's, it's the 4x2, right? You get the 4x2, or you get the Mack truck that's just going to come and bowl you down. And it's not well, I guess, you said, it was all too much. And, I think sometimes we can, well, it is the journey, right? We can fail forward in so many ways, but depending on, there's lots of pieces to put together, and so if we come out, really try, and it's like, oh, okay, no, I need to course correct here, but it does find us. And I'm very similar to you, and I think, a lot of people are. It's like, oh, okay, it looks this way, but if I stay attached to it looking that way, nothing else expands. So I've had to course correct a few times myself. So then, and you kind of went over this question, but why is it so important? So I know it's the beliefs of not getting sick, but why do you feel it's so important to do our purpose work in this time?
I think because we, as not just the planet but the universe, because there's a lot of energy, you look at where we are in the 26 or 52,000 year cycle, and we've just crossed that 26-year mark. So we're now in a completely different energy trajectory, if you want to put it that way. And the world and the universe has put us here for a reason, and that is to help raise the level of consciousness on the planet.
Absolutely.
So that we can almost like slingshot into that trajectory and create what the universe has next for the universe. Because I don't know about you, but I think about this a lot. This container, I am a world of my own. I live on this planet that is a world within the solar system, that is a being within the universe, and we're made up of energy, cells, atoms. And so I see the planet as a being, not a human being, but a being, and we're just cells in that planet, in that being's makeup. And where there's space around us, but that's literally, if you go deeper in under a microscope, we are just cells all moving. So I see my life as a macrocosm of the microcosm, but the planet is a macrocosm of my microcosm. And I really feel that 100%. And I feel when you understand that, there's a responsibility that goes with that.
Yes, I agree with you, and currently there's I think, well, are we in the I think we're in the age of Aquarius, or we're so and so the age of love, like we're coming back to love, and we're going through the Pisces thing, and the 3D moving to 5D and all that kind of thing. But I totally believe in the vibration. It's all about energy and raising our vibration, and really doing that purposeful work. So then, knowing your purpose is one thing, what else do you think it's taken for you to express and live that? Like, did you have to know your values and your different relationship styles, or like what other tools did you use?
What tools did I use
to express your purpose?
So that's grown over the years. In the beginning, all I knew was that I had to develop my psychic ability and develop my intuition. And so for me, what I did was I became really, really good at moving into different dimensions. And I know that sounds weird.
No, not to me. Not to
me. But that's where I've honed my craft, is to be able to operate at different levels all at the same time. And I mean, literally at the same time, I have the stuff happening in my body that informs me. So I've learned how to read my body. I've learned a
Yes.
metaphysical body language. So I
Wow.
also have learned to read nature. So I look for signs and symbolism, and I like when the clock gongs, or when a fire alarm goes off, or when the police siren goes, I stop and I pause and I go, what was I just thinking or
Yes.
saying? Because that's a truth. That's the universe saying to me, take note. My
Mm.
clock goes off every hour on the hour, 24 hours a day, but I don't hear it every hour.
Yes. Yeah, the
And
specific
so
time, right?
when I
Yeah.
do hear it, it's significant. And we just had a koala in our tree in the front yard. Like,
Wow.
that's been my lifetime dream, is to have a koala pop into my yard.
Wow.
But when I looked up the symbolism of that, it was
Mm-hmm.
slow down, like
Yeah.
slow down, community, family. So
Yeah.
I took that message on board, and I
Mm-hmm.
thought, you know what, I do have to just slow down. So reading nature's signs and symbolisms, that's been a really big part of what informs me.
Mm.
Knowing what my core values are
Yeah,
has
that's a great one.
certainly informed
Great
me.
one.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, look, Frank and my marriage hasn't been all smooth sailing, and
Mm.
I challenge anyone to say that any relationship is smooth sailing. But
Mm.
underpinning that, we both had our number one core value was that we both wanted to raise our children together.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
So,
Mm.
regardless of the conflict that we had personally, it actually outranked
Mm.
our personal desires. And now we're here 38 years later, and
Yeah.
we have a very solid marriage and a very amazing family unit that anywhere along the journey I could have changed trajectory,
Yes. Yes.
but I
Yes.
didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I think that was part of my purpose, because I think that me answering the call, part of that call was for Frank to be supporting me.
Mm.
And if I had not stayed true to the call, then I wouldn't be living the life I am today, which
Yeah.
to me is amazing. I love my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
So,
Perfect. And well, it's like, you're saying, well, are we living all different live different kind of things at the same time in different dimensions, right? And also, that movie, that's the sliding doors,
mhm,
right? It's kind of like that. But I also like to feel like, okay, so we didn't take that opportunity, but we're always going to come back to our core purpose eventually, right? But and also business and relationships, best spiritual growth, catalyst ever. So you're doing
exactly.
both, right? So we're
Yes,
all doing both, and
we all
yeah,
are.
I
Yeah.
know that. And yeah, so that's beautiful. Thank you so much for that. So I want to ask, so who is a favorite person, or like kind of like a case study, who you've worked with,
Mm.
some of you've helped with your purposeful work, and why, what's so special, what happened?
Yeah. So, look, I have got a couple. So let's talk about Nat, because Tash and I have been working with Nat for the last 6 months,
Yeah.
and she became a client of ours, and she didn't actually tell us that she was going to become a client. She just bought our program online, and I
Hmm.
discovered some extra money in the bank account, and I went, where did that come from?
Thank you, universe.
Oh, okay. So it was kind of like right as COVID hit, and I mean literally the weekend COVID hit, she bought our program that we hadn't finished, that we were not even sure if we were going to do. And the
Right.
universe went, no, you are doing this. And that's why I really like this as a case study. So Nat wanted to create her own oracle card set.
Mm.
Now, the
Mm.
interesting thing is, we like to know the background and what made you decide that you wanted to do something like that. And she said, well, I have this calling, I have this purpose. And we said, well, tell us about it. And she said, well, I don't know how to articulate it. So we have a process where we help them articulate it. And we took her through that, and I guided her. And after 20 minutes, she said, you don't know this, but you've helped me more in half an hour than my last coach helped me in 6 years. And it was because we had the tools to help her articulate that. So why I love working with her is she's willing to go deep.
Yeah.
And when you have a calling that is like the sailors talk about the sirens in the
Yeah.
ocean, calling
Yeah.
them, like
Yeah.
they would jump overboard to get to
Um,
that.
unfortunately,
It's kind
yeah.
of like that. So she
Yeah.
had this calling, and she responded to our message and felt that we
Mm.
were the ones. And we take her deep. We are a catalyst. And a couple of weeks in, she said, I did not know that I would have such personal development, such spiritual development working with you to create an oracle card set. But when somebody wants to create an oracle deck or write a book, they have to know who they are
Absolutely.
to
Yes.
bring their wisdom out. And so we
Mm-hmm.
work from there first.
Mm.
And so she's been with us 6 months now. So we do weekly mentoring with her, and she's working on her oracle deck. The artist has started. She's writing a book, a memoir. She's got her 21-week online program. She's probably videoing that this week. And
Mm.
she also has written a book for her oracle deck. So she's got
Yeah.
4 projects that she's
Woo.
working on. I
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
concurrently,
Yes.
because what happens is, as you grow, you might that new wisdom is for here. So we're able to help her plug it all in, and we've got a
Yes.
big map of her vision. And now she sees where she's going, and she wants to be a world leader. And
Perfect.
so to be a world leader, you have to have a map of your vision, and we're helping her with that. And what we love
Mm.
about it is she works with us for an hour, and she goes away and she does the work every single week. She does
Mm-hmm.
the work. And,
Yeah.
when you work with a client that does the work, and then she'll come to our meeting and she'll say, I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where
Mm.
I'm going. And we say, well, let's dig underneath that. What's going on underneath? And so we dig really deep and we
Mm.
pull stuff out, and then we clear it. And then she says, oh, now I feel better. Now I can go and do that next bit. And that's
Mm.
what we love about working with her. And, she has a big world vision of helping people who are
Mm.
in blended families.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That
I
is,
know.
yeah, that's a huge, yeah, I like to say
So
in hand and as it's like a world problem, right? It is,
it is a world
unfortunately.
problem.
Unfortunately, but it's still, that's a great
And
calling.
so it is a
Wow.
great calling, and one that her previous coach said, that's not it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And like it makes me very sad. It gives me goosebumps and makes me kind of angry as well. But I guess in some shape or form she had to go through that to find you, right? And we do. You got to kiss a few
Yeah.
frogs, right? Not that all coaches do, but it's just like, yeah. And sometimes I also love, Julie, that she's committed. Like
Yeah.
you actually attracted. Obviously, your vibration's a lot higher, so you're attracting
Yeah.
really go-getters, but
Yeah.
it's not just go-getter in a masculine form, but I think we need both masculine and feminine. It's she's driven by purpose, right?
Yes.
And that's a different kind of energy. I know when I'm in flow, and I see when you're in flow, it's just like, yep, got it, done. What's next, you know? And it fits together, which is so important. Yeah, wow. And to have somebody like yourself and Tash to hold that space, it's bigger than just holding space. It's energetically, it's everything. It's your knowledge, it's your space holding. Yeah, I just love it. What a gift, what a gift. So, yeah, so just I want to, like, as we're going to round this up, so, you know, that was, where can we find you? Oh, hold on. Wait, kids are going to come in. I'll just stop the recording. Thanks. So where were we up to? I'll cut that. Yes, okay. So before I finish this up, where can we find you? Like, where can we, and I know you've got a freebie for us, or a gift for everybody who watches.
Yes, we have a website called theoraclecreator.com, and we're using that word because we're awakening the oracle within the human. So they're their own oracle. So initially it was the oracle deck, but when we looked at what we really wanted to do with our students, it was to awaken the oracle within so that they could share their message with the masses and impact lives. And my purpose really is to impact lives. And if I can, I had a vision of a drop coming down into a single still pond. And I thought, I don't have to be all to everyone in the world. I just have to work with my inner circle and teach them to work with their inner circle and get them to teach. And so the ripple goes out, and then we can impact the world. And that's what drives me, is that I can impact people to have an impact.
Beautiful. Yeah. So the link will be in the show notes here to go and get that gift. And what's the gift? Like, can you share us the gift, or should we just let them go there?
Well,
hold on, Julie. Hold on. Sorry. Hi, baby. Say hi to Julie. Say hi to Julie. Hi.
Hi.
I love you.
Love you too.
Bye-bye. Close the door for me. I'm going to be. Thank you. So, Julie, tell us what the gift is.
So, the gift is, we have those moldy old beliefs in our psyche, I suppose, in our mind, and they rest in our body as well. So, we have a little gift where we help you identify what they are. And then we have another gift where we have journal prompts that help you unpack that. And then we have another gift of a quiz to help you learn what your dominant intuitive language is. So when you use your dominant intuitive language, you can unpack those beliefs really a lot better when you know how the universe is actually informing you.
Oh, I'm going to go and grab those straight after this. This is amazing. And also that the quiz, you know, to unpack that, but also how you can, use it in your purpose too. That intuition, I love that. So it's been so much fun, Julie, and I want to end on a fun note too. So you would have seen this. So it's like, can you tell us something, or a story, or just something about yourself that nobody else really knows, right? Nobody else really knows. I mean, was it a job you had, or a habit you did, or I don't know, you can make it up if you want to, but
what people don't know about me,
and they will after this, of course.
22. When I was 22, I was working at the Commonwealth Games Foundation in 1981-82, and I worked in the accommodation and ticketing section. And I had learned how to use this Remington NBI word processor with a big disc, the 8-inch disc. And I think I was one of the first operators in Brisbane, and the marketing manager came to me and said, Julie, do you think with that machine there you could actually process all the inquiries for the accommodation for visitors to the Commonwealth Games? And I said, leave it with me. And I went home that night and I dreamt how to code it all. And I woke up in the morning and I rushed to work and I just said, don't talk to me, don't talk to me. And I spent all day coding up this program, and I pressed enter and it didn't work. And I went, damn, I thought I did that right. And I went home and I dreamt the bit that I missed, came back the next day and did that. And that's how we processed the Commonwealth Games accommodation in 1982. On a word processor. And then the ticketing manager came to me and said, can you do that for the tickets? And I said, sure. And so the last 3 months of the Commonwealth Game tickets in 1982 were done on a Remington NBI word processor.
Oh, that is gold. That is gold. It kind of also shows you, like, one of your beautiful gifts is the processing, right? You can see something big and then how to make it into easy to understand systems, which you do.
Yes, I see patterns. And I think that's one of my gifts is I see the patterns in people. And then I say, well, if we interrupt the pattern, then we can create one that we want.
Totally. All the language that you use now. So, well, thank you so much, Julie. It's been such a pleasure and being so open and sharing today. So everyone go and check her out. The links are going to be here below. And yeah, contact her and join her communities and all that. And as I wish you all the best as you answer the call to your purpose, and lots of love to you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.